All right, so I want to first thank you for, where do I even start? I want to thank you for your service. I want to thank you for your dedication to being a good human being and helping in the situation that you're helping in. And I want to thank you for your time. I know how busy you are, and I have been reaching out to you for like about 3 months, and I really appreciate you coming in and sitting down with me and having this conversation. So thank you. The last thing that I want to ask you before we let you go, for people who are watching this, specifically for the security guards who are part of this network, who are watching this and want to get involved in what you're doing and what you're describing and what you're talking about in terms of helping, where do they start and how do they help?
You bet. Great question. I think that it is awareness. It's like I tell everybody. It's number one is awareness of what the problem is. Second is awareness of the warning signs. So if you're a security guard anywhere within the United States or overseas, is recognizing the warning signs, and it depends upon the culture. Depends upon the environment you're working in. There's different environments overseas. There's different cultures. There's different environments in the U.S. and there's different cultures. And most children, most young women in the United States, if you address them, you see them on the streets, you see something unusual going on in the environment that you're working in, and you address them, they're going to make eye-to-eye contact with you. They don't make eye-to-eye contact with you, look at their demeanor. What is their demeanor telling you? What are the warning signs of that? Not addressing you, they're with the trafficker, their avoidance of you, and just determining if, based upon your own situational awareness, your own self-education, that those signs are indicative of a person that's under the control of someone, a handler, I call them handlers, or a trafficker. And how do you do that? And the other thing I guess I would say is that many years ago, I had 2 incidents happen that drove me to do what we're doing. One was I was in country A, and this gentleman knocked on the door late at night. I was at a very nice place actually, and a guy knocked on the door and he had 2 young kids, a boy and a girl. And he tried to, I didn't quite understand, I didn't have a good command of the language there. Basically he was trying to sell me the kids. I didn't understand everything at the time, but he was trying to sell me the kids, and I went down to the front desk of the hotel. I said, hey, this guy came to the door, this is a 5-star place. What was this guy's doing knocking on my door at 10 or 11 o'clock at night? And she said, oh, we've had problems with people. They get inside the building, and they focus on foreigners because they're trying to sell the children or sex trafficking. And I was like, good Lord, and I left that place going, it's not my problem. This was years ago. This is a third world country. It's not my issue. I probably can't change it. Long story short, flash forward months later, I'm at a place I could go from point A to point B, and I'm going to cross this bridge. And I had asked the front desk, I want to go from here to there. The traffic's horrible. How do I get there? How is it safe to get there? She told me. And I'm approaching the bridge, and I saw what I thought was a dog fight, because there was a lot of dog fighting there in that country. Thought it was a dog fight, and there's all these men around, and the dirt's flying around. There's just dirt, and this little girl comes running out. She's probably, I don't know, 10 years old, something like that, running at me, and she's almost completely naked, and her clothes are all ripped off, and she's like, it looks like she's gonna run right in my arms. And I'm like looking at all these guys, looking at her. I could tell what just happened to her, and she turns right at the last second and runs up the bridge as I'm approaching the leading edge of the bridge. And she stops about mid-span and looks back at me. And I don't know what's a look to see like the men are following her or what. And she looked just like my oldest granddaughter at the time. And it became my problem.
I think that's a good place to end it.